What's going on, fish keepers? Welcome back to Fish for Thought. I'm your host, Chris, the only host, the best host, here to get your week started just right. That was cringe. All right, here we go. Fish tank
crab, food
review. Sent in by Maddie Machniko on Instagram.
You what?
This was apparently from like a Japanese account. You can't do your heritage dirty like that, my bro. My nakama, Doshite, the best aquascaper of planted tanks, Takashi Yamano. I can't lie, I've seen quite a few of these, and they're all portraying a good sense, a good amount of fish keeping knowledge. But something is just so off because it's like a planted tank for ants. It's almost kind of like surrealism. We got this perfectly knowledgeable fish keeper doing some ungodly stuff. But I do also have to admit, everything looks healthy in here. I don't know how long they've been in there, but the betta fish, it's quite big. If it was like a juvenile betta fish grow out tank, I'd have less to say. They really chunked this guy up to the point where I don't know if it's a female betta or a male short fin. And usually they stop at one fish. But in the case of this tank, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 panda cories. There's more coming out of the fray, 7. Now, if you ask me, and it doesn't have to just be me, it could be a lot of other fish keepers out there, in what looks to be like a 0.5 gallon with 1 betta fish and 7 to 8 corydoras. What would you think? Most fish keepers would not recommend that at all. Just because it's working doesn't mean it's something you should do. Doesn't mean it's optimal. For dogs, it might be keeping them in a crate for 24 hours a day. Like, you can get a husky if you live in an apartment that has 300 square feet and your job needs you to be away from home 12 hours a day so your husky never gets to exercise and you don't have AC in the summer.
What kind of place is this?
You could do that, but most people would call that dog abuse. Same sort of thing here. I like to use the airplane analogy. If you know it, type it in the comments. Prove that you know my famous airplane analogy. It's so good. It's so good. 0 out of 5. What would you guys rate it? That's just me, man. That's just me doing me.
Hey noobs, it's Repassi here, long time no gek. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, you guys, for smashing the like button. Check out our Patreon to join Discord and submit your fish tank while chatting with 2,000 fish keepers around the world. Comment below, would you save Millie or me in a house fire?
Non-fish keepers, when it comes to starting a new aquarium, I think you're overthinking it. Me sweating. I think you're underthinking it. I love this scene in The Office. The Office is my favorite American TV show. Like, if anime doesn't exist, The Office is completely goated. This is actually non-fish keepers when they start a new aquarium. They think everyone's overthinking it. It's supposed to be simple, and it is simple. You just need to know the basics, and then everything becomes simple. You become enlightened, and then you become the guy telling the new fish keepers that they're underthinking it. Don't overestimate me. Just estimate me. Advanced beginners sent in their fish tank. An oxymoron, 16 gallon. If you didn't tell me, I would never have guessed. There's so much going on. The deep substrate, the nice dimension of the tank. It's not a breeder. It's a rimless. For a first tank, amazing stem action going on. The simple rockscape, the rock work. I think the deep substrate is what's making me gush. Why does that sound kind of wrong? 4.77 out of 5, great. Kenzo 2230, 5 gallon orange bee shrimp tank. They've got the CO2 injector going on. Careful with the CO2 injector, make sure it doesn't overdose. Shrimp are kind of sensitive to that. It's a pretty basic scape, a little bit messy. That Marimo moss ball is looking a little white. I wonder what's up with that. 3.7 for now, keep it up. Nudes, the dreamer, 24 gallon for their dad's birthday. Happy birthday. And the potential fully lies with the wood piece. It's a beautiful piece. I hope you plant all around it. I hope the plants flourish for you. Put some bryophytic plants attached to it. Buse, Nana, 4.19 out of 5. Keep it up. Update on double 10 gallon aqua bridge. I think I've always liked aqua bridges. Not when it's a small tank and another small tank, mason jar size. No thanks. Just get a bigger tank. But when you got good tanks stocked well, aqua bridge is not a gimmick. I have 2 75 gallons right next to each other. Bro, that would be absolutely sick. If I were you, I would do this. No questions asked. Linking your 75s together, dude, your fish just opened a portal to the other dimension. It's a multiverse confirmed. WTF. Listen, what do you think this fish thinks about? Y'all know I gotta go into the comments for this one. There weren't any good enough comments. Damn it, Reddit has failed me this time. Obviously, this fish is thinking about, why did I get picked by this horrible fish keeper? I can't see the rest of the tank, and that's probably a good thing. It's just a cylinder vase. The fish is gulping its last breath. The fish is probably thinking 0 out of 5 life. Adios. Listen, get a better tank. Do some research. Me removes snail eggs. Mystery snails lays eggs in the exact same spot. Me. Yeah. given up. Don't even try. My suggestion is get the horned nerays. They're a bit smaller, they look super cool, and they're great at eating algae, but I don't think, to my knowledge, they lay those nasty Dinkelberg eggs. Although you could always luck out with a male, you sexist. Big Ben Ravens send in their 5-gallon heavily planted tank. Self-labeled. I wouldn't think this is heavily planted, although you have a lot of Salvinia, I believe. Beautiful, healthy female betta. 4.2 out of 5, keep it up. Bull by Theta. Huge, 120-gallon with cichlids. It's a pretty beautiful generic cichlid tank. Keeping plants with cichlids is always a challenge. When these cichlids get a little bit bigger, hopefully they still let you have those beautiful Java ferns. For now, a 4.3 out of 5, keep it up. Tiny Chibi Fox sent in their betta community tank. They've got cories and ricefish, shrimp, and bristlenose pleco super red, which are really cool bristlenose. I don't know how big this tank is. If I had to guess, maybe 5 to 10 gallon. I think the stocking could use a little work. I don't know if I would put a whole pleco in here, especially when it reaches adulthood. So that's probably the one fish I would take out. It does nothing but poop for you. It's a poop generating machine. I enjoy the scape. I hope the sand is fertilized to a degree for that little sword. A 4.1 out of 5. The stocking took a little bit of the points away. All right, so I've actually heard people say that fish bowls in the media does not influence how people keep fish. There's people who don't believe it. Fish bowls in the media be like, those are real fish upon her head. Don't believe me now? This is the most extreme example. Think about kids. She's not even a kid and she did it. Beta tanks, no alpha tanks allowed. Pro tip, if your betta fish tank can sit upon this flimsy looking stand and you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 tanks on it. Ugh, I think there's a split tank right there. A couple split tanks. Oh my goodness. If your betta fish's tank can sit upon that and nothing collapses, you're doing something wrong, sir, ma'am. Either change up the tank, upgrade it, get a proper stand, or keep a few Marimo moss balls. All the colors in one shot, and they're ugly children. Yeah, when you got a lot of colored shrimp like this, they just make doo-doo brown colorless shrimp. Those could pass as a mono shrimp, but this is a beautiful and very amazing video. That's really cool though. The colors are stunning on these adults. WTF, wow. That is a hydra, for those of you who don't know, that has grown on the shell of a Malaysian trumpet snail. The snail must be either dead or moving quite slowly. Together they are the perfect partners in crime. The hydra is living life, getting free hitchhikes everywhere. You see how healthy and big this particular hydra is? That's because it can move. It can be transported. No baby shrimplet is safe from this guy. But what happens when the Malaysian trumpet snail digs into the substrate? That would be hell for this hydra.
Crab, please. Crab, scare. Crab. Frighten. Crab.
Why do these crabs look like lobsters? What kind of crabs are these?
Hand, scare. Crab.
That's really cute though.
Food, frighten, please.
That's absolutely 100% 5 out of 5 meme. When your Petco has an aquatics person who knows what they're doing. Hello, my name is Calcifer. I am a blood parrot cichlid. The house moving castle reference. This employee is goated. They should be kept at the store at all costs. If they're not a manager, they gotta be a manager right now. Keep them, give them the best pay and benefits. Look at the drawing. Wow, that's impressive. That's incredible. And there's a lot of other pictures showcasing how they scaped the tank. It's not the best scapes, but I think they're working with what they've got. These are the people you need to keep Petco and PetSmart thriving. Please start hiring people who actually know their stuff. I don't want to see hamsters getting abused either, or bearded dragons being fed pellet food as a baby bearded dragon. What the? I did work with an employee who did that. She was telling the customer who's buying the baby bearded dragon, yeah, just get this pellet food. I swooped in there. I was like, what'd you say? Nope. No, I know that's confrontational and I hate being confrontational for the most part, but I could not believe my ears, bro. Where did they find this person? There's no baby bearded dragon that can grow up healthy eating pellet food. They won't even eat pellet food. Have you ever seen a baby bearded dragon eat pellet food in your life? That doesn't happen. Chris, every time you tell this story, you get emotional. I'm an emotional man. Flossed sent in their tank. No description, just boom. Very interesting setup. I guess the light doesn't fit. I have experience with that. If you have seen the channel from the beginning, you know I have the big ass light on a small 10-gallon tank. The Pothos, the simple scape with some wood. I think it's a shrimp tank because I don't see any fish. A 3.69 out of 5. You're on the right track. Luna sent in their 55-gallon black water tank. They've got rosy barbs in there, Endlers, Pleiades, Coolie Loaches, BN Pleco, and it's 2 years old. And it's a very beautiful black water tank. I have a soft spot for these and soft spot for Endlers, you know what I mean? It is well scaped. There's all sorts of botanicals in there. It's kept quite on theme. 4.56 out of 5. Keep it up. Monkey On did a recent rescape of their 60-gallon. Every time Anytime monkey onsensin, a tank is always a treat for my eyes. Look at that. The pearl weed carpet, a lot of segregation of the substrate, playing with the levels. I think that's elephant stone. Beautiful, loud sky backdrop. Singular betta fish with some Harlequin rasboras and other dither fish. Clean and sublime. 4.69 out of 5, keep it up. Shrimpy anatomy, radio spy antennae. Shrimp are like birds, they're government drones. Stupid little eyes. Why you gotta call them stupid? Yeehaw. The saddle. Algae powered motor. Scrimps to be wiggly bits. Grabby hands. Bro doesn't respect boundaries. Kinda grabby, red flag. Don't be a shrimp. Trying to find info on how to take proper care of a betta. Considering getting one, I really want to take good care of it. And we have misinformation. Minimum habitat size, 1 gallon or larger. Just watch a video, a time lapse of a betta fish. They don't just keep to one little territory, although they might prefer one side of the tank to the other. They go everywhere. They discover the whole tank all the time. You give them a 30 gallon, they're everywhere. Give them a 50 gallon, they're everywhere. You give them a 1 gallon, well, yeah. I guess. Just a sad life. Good on you for noticing this is a complete blatant lie. No pH check for us. You don't want to know. We're just all gonna die, so. We're all dying anyway, so. What if the fish is showing that its color is directly associated with the pH? So with pH 6.6. Its snout is even pointing towards the number. This pleco is chaotic neutral. Thank you to the real ones who stay till the end to answer this week's Katwa. What's your favorite vacation spot? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys there. If you enjoyed this episode, please smash that like button and subscribe. There'll be more videos to come, and don't forget to get your hands wet.
If she sold her bathwater, they call that shit BioClear. She a baddest, she don't know where her dad is. While stead her CO2, she decide what the new fat is. Pothos in your bowl, guppy brothos in your toes. 77 agrees, that's hella breedable. Feed a loach, she never ship coach. If your fish is domestic, she'll step on you like a roach. Yo, she call it a rose, Neocaridina.